Uh, can you give us a short feedback of how the session went?
All right. Yeah. Thanks for, excuse me. Thanks
Mhm.
for that. All right. So basically, they have an understanding of what's required for writing a product requirement document and roadmap. But I told them, which is, I want them to have a sense uh, of seeing everything in processes. All right. Yes, I know. Yes, you might say, okay, fine. Project manager should actually see things from a process perspective. All right. But then as a product manager in the Nigerian space sometimes, you might function as a project manager, which I mentioned to them earlier on. So I want them to see every scenario that's being given to them from a process perspective, right? So once they see it from that process perspective, then and then I will notify. They have total grasp of what they've been learning so far. But like I earlier mentioned to them that before we actually joined the general group, all right, they have a clear understanding of that, yes. But once they have a broader perspective that is looking from the process perspective, then and then I will then start grading them higher because I told them I'm grading the 6/10. Not
Mhm.
because they are bad, no, but because I want them to see things from a process perspective. Once they see that, and once I sense that they see it from that perspective, then and then will I be able to grade them above that 6. So far the session was wonderful. I got insights from them, and then they have a clear understanding. So 6/10 is what I'll grade so far, and then that's just it basically. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Ifuk, for that feedback. Product students, I believe you're taking note of the gaps, your learning gaps that you need to cover up. And also, if you have any questions that you want to push back to your mentor, this is the opportunity before we move to the next program. Product students, I'm waiting. All right. In the absence of none, I'm going to move to project management. Zainab, are you here?
Yes, I am.
All right, welcome.
Thank you. Good
Uh,
day, everybody.
Good evening. How was the session with your students?
Okay. Like I gave them a feedback already in the breakout room before, we all got kicked out. I I appreciate that their teamwork today. I appreciate their contributions. I appreciate the fact that they got the feedback from last week that you can't just feel like you want to just rely on ChatGPT. Somebody asked a
Mm,
question in the room today. In our real life, like doing work, does it mean that we won't be able to use AI, or should we won't we be able to use ChatGPT? The answer is yes. The truth is, when you have small idea, you can blow it out. But when you don't have understanding of what you're supposed to do at all, and you just go and do ChatGPT, it's garbage in, garbage out. So I appreciate that. Yeah, even if maybe people might have, gone to their personal devices and used AI to maybe further expatiate what they feel like they already know. They
mm,
had more discussions this time. They had better understanding. And I like the fact that every time anybody wants to deviate, they come back to say, what were we asked to do? They understood the scope of what they were supposed to cover rather than just going on and start to do maybe product management, or they're doing project management. They had better understanding, and they were, they took feedback from last week, which I really appreciate, and I will implore them to do better next week as well. If we continue like this, the growth, the progress, by the end of this entire program, in fact, we already have project managers, but we'll have better project managers at the end of the program. That's what I feel.
sure. Sure. Thank you for that feedback. I'm trying to go through their community. I think they're the one that asked me that question this week. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, it's project management students. So hold on a minute. So okay, so the question, Neka, you asked the question. I don't know if you have refer back to your mentor.
I didn't. Good evening. Good evening,
Yeah,
Mr.
good evening.
Kingsley. Good evening, Zainab. Yes, I didn't have the time to ask her because, we had so much to do before we got here. I don't know whether I can ask her now, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Zainab. It's Neka from your team.
Hey, hi.
So, I put up a question in our group, and the question was referring to the last week's class. The project that was given to us. From the feedback that was given, I was really, it made me feel somehow like, do I really know what I am doing? Do I really know what my expectations are as a project manager? So I put that question there, and the response I got was that I should have at least asked there, which I acknowledge, which is true. So my question, it's just unfortunate that I don't have that last week's scenario that was given to us. My question was, I wanted, after getting the feedback, of course, after working on it, the feedback that we got was expected, to tell you the truth. So what I was asking was, can you, Zainab, using that scenario that was presented, tell us or talk to us about our expectations? Because as at last week, the feedback was that we apart from the one you gave about using AI, was also that it looks like we were trying to tackle it as a product manager. So I would really appreciate, I don't know if maybe like a small time can be given, or a private group can be given, where you can use that last week's scenario and talk us through the questions, the task, and all that. Please. Thank you.
Okay, so so I have to go back to the scenario. Right now, I'm not sure I have that scenario off heart. But if I remember very well, it was I remember that feedback of we need to tackle it as a project and less of a product. For a product manager, what you are trying to, you have a product that you want to sell, right? And that is your focus. As a project manager, your job really is to ensure that the product manager, your manufacturing people, your end users, or whatever it is, ensure that you are managing all your stakeholders within time, budget, and of course with good quality. So you can't be how do I put it now? And I think last week as well, we had a feedback on you needed to sell it. So what happened last week was, we know all those stages, but you need to, sell it to me how you're going to manage my project in 6 months, that I'll feel like, okay, this project will not be on for the next 2 years. But that's actually what people want to hear from you when you go defend a project management, would I say tender or bid. As a project management consultant, we go there, okay, this is the product that we know we're about to launch. You have a very brief overview, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just something that you're just read just somewhere, maybe 2 minutes before. So it doesn't look like you don't even know what you're supposed to be managing. And then you just go on to say, okay, this is what we're going to be doing in the initiation stage. We'll give it also timeline. This is what we are trying to do. We'll try to manage this thing. We'll ensure that the manufacturing people deliver on within this timeline. You will try to sell it to them, how you're going to manage the project, and the project is not going to fail. I don't know if I've been able to, direct you in what your expectation as a project manager is supposed to be.
Yes. Can I say something?
Okay.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much for your input. Now, I think what Ms. Nika actually trying to say, just to buttress on what she said, it's just like if you can have a kind of revisions, there was fallout out of scope or out of targets in our last live session. So if you can have a kind of revision, as we normally call it in O level, high level, high school, a revision whereby we can just run through altogether all those things that we were poorly performed that day. So that's the kind of summary that we are looking at. We are thinking of if that provision can be made available for us, opportunity can be made available for us to run a revisions on all those things that we perform very poor on our presentation.
Okay, now I understand what you mean. So I'll throw that back to Kingsley. That's the program coordinator. If he's able to allow for that, but if there's no time, if I want some time, because I have a very very packed week, if we don't have that, our next session, that's next week, we can create some 10 minutes after we are done with the work for next week. So it means that we have to do things very quickly so that we can all look through it together. 10 minutes, we'll cap it at 10 minutes, and then we can highlight this where we did wrong, this where we should have done better, so that everybody can actually, participate.
Yes, I guess that's what I'm trying
Like
to.
that. Yes.
Okay, we can do that. It means that we have to work within the time because nobody's going to give us extra time like this today. We have to give that 10 minutes time to, just do better for ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mr. Kingsley, please, I have a question.
Yeah, I'm hearing you guys. I'm taking Dr. Matthew said you're suggesting for a session to look back on the previous activities that you guys have done and
or a revision.
for possible for possible revision. Okay. So I'll push that to the team and see how it's going to work. I'm trying to put a note on my tab. All right, thank you. So someone has say she have a question.
Yes, Lois. Yes,
Okay.
my question is actually for my mentor, Zainab. Zainab, please, are you here? Hi. Okay, so I want
Yes,
to
I can.
ask.
Hi.
Okay, thank you. So this from all our modules 1 to 7, right? They were
Okay.
very, very extensive and they were very, very thorough. So what's the difference between what we have in iTrain Africa and a PMP? What's the difference?
The name.
Okay, is it the name? Because we have
It's
PMP,
just the
we have
name.
Prince too. So what's the difference between that and what we have in iTrain Africa? That's actually what I was a little bit worried about.
So
Because
like I
if
said again, it's
Mhm.
the name. And also
The
you need
name.
to understand that with PMP, I mean everybody so many organizations do PMP training. And so it's just project management professional. And that's exactly what you're currently doing here. So if you're able
Okay.
to extensively read your models
Mm,
and implement what you have been taught, you'll
mm,
be a project manager before you have your certification. And that's what's most important to you. A lot of people, trust me, there are a lot of people that tell you I'm a project manager just because, they attended PMP class, they wrote the exam, 500 and something dollars or something like that. And then
mm,
bam, they just pass the exam and say I'm a project manager. You give them a project and then you'll be chasing them up and down.
mm.
In fact,
Okay.
you will be upset and then you'll be micromanaging the project manager. After a while, you just pack your entire thing and just go. I have them. Trust me, I have people in my organization that fresh out of school went to do PMP class and wrote the exam. And then it comes up to say I'm a project manager, and that's the reason why I should be given a project. So I was given a project and then it was a mess.
Oh,
So, like I
okay.
said, it is
Mm.
the name, the
The name.
context, the content of what they have given to you,
Mm.
whether you attend even any course you attend, anyways, whatever it is you've been given, and what is the goal? You attend PMP because you want to become a project manager. You're here at Action Africa
iTrain.
because you want to become a project manager. The most
Okay.
important thing is for you to implement what you have been given. And then you can go ahead
Yeah.
and go and, whatever certification, you can go and do a diploma in project management. You can do anything. I mean, I can do it, I can have a diploma from, would I say, Yale or something, and I can tell them I'm a project manager.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Zainab. Thank you for the
You're welcome.
clarification. I'm grateful.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. The suggestion I will run it with the higher ups and see what they say about that. So so far doctor is not yet to look into content creation students, but Sekina, I think, and Aliyah, please, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
How was
Good
your
evening, sir.
session?
And good evening, everyone. Yes, so we're able to meet together and just get on with one case study. So we have one case study to present, myself and Aliyah.
Okay, no problem. I think we've touched everywhere we need to touch so far, and we're going to call it a day, and we reconvene again on, that's next week, Saturday, December 13th, same time, 3 to 6 p.m. So that is going to be our second life project.
Okay, sir. So we should not say what we have now. Can we send it to you or something?
Send to me. I will know what you are going to do. You had that on a document, right?
Yes, we
Never
have it on
Word
a
doc.
document. Yes,
So
we
what you
have
are
it.
going to do, I'll drop an email for you so
Okay,
that
so you have to share.
you
Okay,
share it. So
we can have the
I
feedback.
will blind copy doctor on that, or I'll copy her on that as well.
Okay. So where will you share the email with me so that we can drop it, sir?
Telegram.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And Esther,
Kingsley, we can't hear you anymore.
Fumilayo, we are done. No, I'm just waiting for them to end the meeting.
Oh, okay, thank you.